Alright, on this video series we're going to walk you guys through creating your own personal trackers. So we went into the client's profile and went on the top right and clicked Create Tracker. So on the left hand side is how it's going to appear on any smart device, and on the right hand side are functionality blocks. So the prompt level block is if you'd like to go through prompt fading. The option block is probably your most commonly used one for color matching or plus or minus. Numeric might be biological or academic data. We can add anecdotal notes to any of these. The interval block is partial interval and time sampling. We can add frequency-based behavior from the counter, and you can mix and match these however you'd like. So it's not just one or the other. You could do frequency-based behavior with a duration counter, or you could set up a list of checkboxes. So now that I've showed you all the functionality blocks, what I'm going to do is walk you through creating an ABC datasheet. So we clicked and dragged 3 option blocks onto the phone, and now we click the Customize tab on the left and are naming our options and the form name. So the first is antecedent, so we might have peers, noise, and light, and the second is going to be behavior. However, we realize that a lot of times you're not just going to have one antecedent and one behavior. A lot of times you're going to have to select multiple and kind of mix and match. So we use these options down below where we can have multiple rows, so you can have as many behaviors or antecedents as you'd like, and our multiple selects, so we can select multiple behaviors in one record. So now that we've created the antecedent, the behavior, and the consequence, we're going to go over to settings on the left hand side. Here we are going to name the tracker and give it a description. The description will be viewable later on our platform as well as the mobile device. So if you create this tracker, any therapist can see the description that you put in for the specific case that this should be used. Now that we have saved the tracker, I'm going to walk you through creating a color matching tracker. So to do this, we click and drag one option block over and one prompt block over if we'd like to go through prompt fading on this tracker as well. So we're going to customize this similar to the ABC datasheet, and all we're going to do is a plus and minus. Now instead of creating different data sheets or trackers for red, blue, and green, we're able to have one datasheet and select different targets. So we're doing this through the targets feature on the left-hand side, and then we're able to select the status, which was fully customizable in the upper left-hand corner under settings. So now we'll set up the prompt level. This is done by simply clicking the prompts that you wish to use on the right-hand side and bringing them into the active box on the left-hand side. Now we'll set up the goals. And here you're able to select the long-term goal that you're going to be working on while using this tracker. So what we're able to do is select the goal that we're working on. Now that we have our goal management set up, we will tie our prompt level back in with our goal management. And we'll do this by clicking the Customize tab on the left-hand side and then associating that goal. We'll go into triggers on the left hand side, and this is where we're able to set up our prompt fading as well what it's going to take to switch between statuses. So on the right hand side, we're able to determine what criteria must be met for a prompt promotion and what criteria must be met for a prompt demotion. And this is all fully customizable whether you want one therapist or less than 30 or 40%. Now we're able to change our status triggers. This is by relating it back to the goal that we just created and then determining from what status to what status must this criteria be met. So here you can kind of walk through your whole status level, whether it's baseline to active, active to maintenance, maintenance to mastered, and again this is fully customizable under the settings tab. Now if we'd like to add another one, we do that in the add trigger button on the bottom left hand side, and now we're able to go from our next status and select the criteria again. And now, just like the ABC tracker that we created earlier, we're going to name it and we'll save it so it goes back into our library for future reference. Alright, the last tracker that we're going to create today is for frequency-based behavior during aggression. So this is going to be done by clicking and dragging over the interval block, which is used for partial interval and time sampling, and then multiple counters, which are going to be used for our frequency-based behavior. So once we have this template set up, again, we're going to customize it. So the first might be for a hit behavior, and the second might be for a scream behavior. Once this is done, we can go back into settings and name it exactly what we did previously with the color matching and the ABC datasheet. So this is the general overview of creating trackers in the Nightingale platform. You can see you can mix and match any of these functionality blocks onto the phone on the left. And this is going to be similar to your Google Forms. So this is fully customizable, and the next video series will be actually collecting this data on your mobile device.